Edition LLC. This is why I explain to people at the end of the day, stop running your mouth so much. Stop carrying on, stop acting up. Now, all those jokes that you were making about the CCB, basically about how you're not going to court, all this stuff, this right here is a follow-up. So basically, we're taking a fellow by the name of Jaime Fernando Gonzalez to court. We're suing him for copyright infringements. He falls under the guideline of willfully. Willfully means, bottom line, if you are caught using someone's copyrights more than one time, if you willfully knew what you were doing, are knowledgeable what you were doing, and decided to just use someone's material without their permission. So under that law right there, under willfully, that means a person can be sued up to $150,000 per offense, which means Jaime touched her copyrights more than 16 times. Now, I've already submitted in from video screenshots of you making jokes about the CCB, how you claim nothing was going to happen and this, that, and the other, and you do what you want to do. Well, buddy, this right here is called the follow-up. So follow-up basically is updated, basically explaining to me that they're getting ready to, actually the case is being filed. Actually, following documents have been filed. They're telling me my documents have been filed, and soon after this, we shall have a court date pretty soon, and me and Jaime should meet face-to-face in court in front of a judge. He is going to have to, again, show proof that we gave him full permission to be able to use our copyrights. If he can't prove this, he's going to be sued for a lot of money. And this is going to get bad. As I said before, this is not a joke. I know you want to joke and carry on YouTube. I know you think this is all a big game at the end of the day, but it's not. He actually has a lawsuit filed against him. So this right here is letting me know that I had to go into the case file. I had to pull up the docket number, and I had to go in and basically put in some information that was needed, that they needed to complete the lawsuit. One of them was basically pinpointing where the initial copyrights were being taken and what they were being used and displayed, which they wanted the website that was involved in it, the platform, which was Wix. Clearly stated to them that we did warn Wix multiple times. We did explain to them that we do have copyrights, and the fact that it came off their site and this guy's on their site also too, are both account members on the site, doesn't make it good for them. As for Jaime, we also too had to put in more detailed information on the difference between what he was mimicking or trying to copy or trying to duplicate. We had to put all that information in too. Other information they required was they wanted the cease and desist order from the attorney, showing that we gave Jaime a fair warning to back down and stay away from the copyrights. If not, he was going to be sued. So you want there, crack the joke. That's why I said at the end of the day, man, you gotta stop acting like a fool on YouTube. You came on there running your mouth about how, when's the date gonna come out, when are you gonna get sued, carrying on and joking up. And here we go. I went here to check the count today, and they're letting me know that the count has been updated, and that the next stage now is start getting ready to go to court. Man, I'm telling you. See, at the end of the day, I keep telling you, and I can't be explaining to you that my business, my company, everything I do is protected by my Lord and Savior. All our technology that we develop, we devote everything we have to the Lord. When you come in and try to slander my products, to try to make my products look bad, these are strikes that you put against yourself. You only bring destruction on yourself at the end of the day. And this is what it's come down to. It's come down to this man has been embarrassed multiple times on YouTube. Again, selling products, scamming his customers. At the end of the day, selling products that are basically house paint, and we all seen that there from the door. Basically, a scam website that has no proper information, or basically doesn't even know what he's doing on the website. So it's a complete hot stack of cards. Other problems we see that came up was, as I said before, trying to claim that our product can be used the same way as a blackout cloth. You can get the same. No, it doesn't work that way. Our product is tested. We can display our test demonstrations, something that this individual has not been able to do. Also, too, as I said before, that whole paint nonsense. Call yourself making our screen paint, and the product turned out to be gray. Rollers don't lie at the end of the day. If the roller comes up gray, then the screen paint's gray. Never made our product to begin with. Actually, a complete fail in the demonstration. And again, there's no test on the product, even though we know the product is gray. Now, here, you went in there, you started carrying on and acting up about the docket number. Well, you didn't know it's a docket number. You were talking about a phone number, whatever it was, I don't know. But you started carrying on about that. God hears when you start carrying on and acting up like this. So, like I said, you know what I mean? He's going to protect us. He's not going to be made a fool of at the end of the day. I prayed on before I actually went and did this because, again, I know the damage it's going to cause to you and your family, but it had to be done because you don't listen. You don't basically know how to back down. And now because you don't know how to back down and carry yourself correctly, the claim has gone through. It's been filed. So, you won't need an attorney for this, but you are going to have to show up. Because, again, like I said, if you don't, then you're going to lose everything. It's already set in stone. You ran your mouth on your channel, carrying on, and it's set in stone now already. It has been filed. All the information needed to push it for court is ready to go. Jamie owes me a lot of money, and he will not win this case. Because again, he doesn't have authorization and he doesn't have permission from us to use our copyrighted material. He's clearly showed that he abused our company's name. He has abused our logo by repeatedly flashing it over and over again, altering it and changing it to anything he wanted. Even posted it to his website. Keep in mind, Jamie, they have been to your website 4 times and they found our logo there. Also, too, we will be following a second lawsuit again, same thing, for basically touching the name under Black Series Edition. So expect to see another one of these numbers pop up in your email account. So we filed another lawsuit. Keep in mind, we have another lawsuit. We have several lawsuits coming toward Jaime Fernando Gonzalez. There's one at the end of the year that we will be following for false demonstrations done on our products, claiming that our products come out to be too black, too dark. That is another lawsuit. That's for fraud. That is also going to involve some criminal charges involved with that if you are found guilty. I doubt you have any of our receipts, which we know you don't have. So you're going to have to prove at the end of the day that our products came out that dark. And if you can't, you're going to lose a ton of money in it. $1 million. That's what I'm going to be suing you for. $1 million or 2 or 3. We don't know. We haven't decided yet, but you're going to be sued for quite a lot. So, as I said, this is the first lawsuit to come. So, I'm pretty sure you received an email already. Well, actually not yet. This is the one we would receive on our end, but you did receive an email telling you that you do have a lawsuit and that you're being sued from Kenneth Berg. Wow. Right. Eating something. Next time that you're going to get on your channel and carry on and talk trash about the CCB, how nothing's going to happen to you, because I forwarded all that information over to them, how you were bragging and carrying on after this was filed. You got to answer for that in court. How you feel that the CCB is nothing but a joke. So good luck at the end of the day. And you've already gotten on the bad side already. So these are our documents right here. Emails telling us that all files have been updated successfully. Following documents have been filed. Which means the next stage is getting ready for a court date. I will see you in court. And as I said before, I don't know what you're going to do at the end of the day. I really don't. Because you have nothing there to be able to help you in this situation. willfully lawsuits. So, a willfully lawsuit, so you can understand what that means. What does willfully legally means? That means you are fully aware of your actions. That's where your lawsuit's falling under. Right here stated. I suggest you do some homework, Jamie. You're going to need it. Willfully means you basically knew 100% what you were doing. Jamie, I'm going to tell you something right now. You said in that video you did everything you can to protect your family's value. No, you didn't. You didn't do jack at all, period. We gave you the opportunity to back it down, and you didn't take it. Listen to me, Jamie, when you hear this message. I'm taking everything from you. Everything. I'm going to bury you in lawsuits by the end of the year. You're going to owe me so much money that I guarantee you'll have to die 60 times and you won't even break even on the interest loans alone. The interest alone is going to murder you. You're screwed. Your life is over. This right here, this document we just got today. See, on top of that, you wanted to make a mockery of the CCB, right? You talked all this trash, how they weren't going to do that. I screenshot that from my cell phone. I sent it to them. To let them see at the end of the day that you don't even take them seriously at all, period. You think it's a joke. That's not going to go well. Also, the other images that you called yourself posting, I actually got them off our phone. Remember, we recorded that in a live stream, so they were screenshot and they were also sent over, showing even after these documents were sent to you, and they sent you documents, you still continue to carry on. You follow now under the guideline. There's no doubt you follow under willfully. That's $150,000 times, now a little bit more than that. It was 16. We're now up to 19. You don't have that kind of money. We all know that. So you're going to have to figure a way to pay me. Keep in mind, I have a right to garnish your paycheck. Oh yeah, I can. I can go in and take a percentage of your paycheck. And with the attorney I'm hiring to take care of the rest of it, I will be garnishing your income tax also, including your wife's. Her money is now my money. Because again, you guys are married as a joint couple. As I told you before, your marriage is not going to last. Because when she finds out at the end of the day that you had the ability to steer clear of this craziness and you kept on going down that road doing petty stuff. Did you explain to her? So you talked to her. Did you explain to her about that? I don't think you did. So let me get this straight. She's willing to go broke, lose all her money, and live in poverty for the rest of her life due to the fact that you had a chance to back out of that. If you had listened to the crease and desist order, I would have never filed a lawsuit. I would have let it go.
A big reason is because we don't hire your typical used car salesman. In fact,
it would have been let go. So you value your family, right? No, you don't. Buddy, you won't be able to pay your rent where you're living at. If you touched that copyright one time, you would have been sued for anywhere from $750 to 30 grand. But you kept sending the pictures in over and over and over again with little messages attached to them. And then there's the emails that they all traced back to your IP address, showing racial slurs, death threats. That involves criminal charges now. And because the messages are so disturbing, including the memes and all that, we sent everything over. They consider that to be stalking. So now you're going to have stalking charges against you. Now, you can skip this trial if you want and not show up. It doesn't make a difference. You're still going to pay. But if you skip the criminal charges, you will get a bench warrant on you. And officers will show up to your house to come get you. Do not forge any letters, because this will send you to jail and say that, oh, this is his signature. Don't do that. Don't do anything stupid like that, because you will go to jail for forgery. You won't even make it home. They'll handcuff you and they'll lock you up. And you'll be charged. When you go to court, keep yourself nice and calm. If you burst, explode, get upset, this will not go well for you. Oh well, Jamie. This It's funny and interesting how every time you open your mouth, you get yourself in trouble. You talked all this nonsense about our product, you got trashed online with the fabric screens or whatever crap that was supposed to be. You tried to make our products, you ended up making a great paint at the end of the day. Rollers don't lie. Got embarrassed again. And you went there and started running your mouth about the CCB and all this, and here we go. Boom, I went to go check my emails and they just sent me the updates. They sent me updates on Friday the 3rd, letting me know that all documents have been filed and now we're getting ready for court. Willfully and copyright infringements. Let's get that correct again. Willfully and copyright infringements. I want you to understand what's going to happen because it shows that you have willfully touched our copyrights. Copyright damages, willfully infringement. See this right here? Damages maximum for willfully infringement is $150,000. And that's going to be for each time you touch my copyrights. So we can explain to Jamie again because Jamie doesn't understand things too well. See right here where it says, right here, for civil court and copyrights, may be ordered to pay if you did it one time. So you touched it one time. $750 and not more than $30,000 for infringements. Willfully infringements in court awarded up to $150,000 per work of infringement. So each time you went in and you touched my copyrights without my permission and changed them and altered them in any way you wanted to, that's called willfully. And that means you'll be paying me $150,000 per offense. Now 19 times. You don't have 16 is $2.4 million. And yes, they will put that judgment on your head. We'll go over to the debt collectors. We call it the execution of judgment. We'll put down our money. And then after that, they will give us a document, letting us know that now they will be taking care of that, not us. And they will come get your stuff. Executing judgment on a lawsuit. So these are the guys who are going to come in and they're basically going to go in and they're going to execute the judgment, which means they're going to go in and collect. Question. Can I freeze banking accounts in a lawsuit?
According to Nassau-Suffolk Law Services, one effective method of the collection after a creditor has obtained a judgment is to serve a restraining notice on a bank to effectively freeze a debtor's bank account for up to twice the amount owed to the creditor. This can happen only after the creditor has sued in court and obtained a judgment.
Yeah, buddy, right there. So I can basically freeze your banking account. Any credit cards, debit cards, anything I want, I can freeze it. In a one lawsuit, can I take items from a person's house? You can choose to ignore it, or you can basically show up to court. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I don't know what you're going to do, to tell you the truth. Payments on a lawsuit.
According to Justinian and Associates, if you are being sued, you are the defendant. Losing your case may mean having to pay for the injuries and damage you caused. The court can impose a money judgment. If you were reckless or acted intentionally, you may be subject to additional costs as punishment for your dangerous behavior.
I got a little question for you, my man. Don't get too attached to your stuff, because it's going. Well, what they're going to do is, these creditors are not going to be from Philadelphia. They're going to be transferred to California. That's where the creditors are going to come in from. Because they have to be in your state in order to go in and collect. What can you seize in a lawsuit judgment? Just reading through some stuff real quick. I already know what we can get out of this because this is not my first lawsuit. I've actually sued a few people for copyright infringements. So at $150,000 of what you're going to have to pay at the end of the day, yeah, I can clean your house out easily. So they're going to go through everything. They're going to go through all your financial records, everything, to figure out exactly what you have, and they're going to take it. That's what's going to happen. I can even snatch the wedding ring if I want. You owe me money. And you're going to pay it, every single dime. Well, I don't know if you can pay every single dime, but you're definitely going to pay a lot of it. So I can even snatch that wedding ring if I want. I told you at the end of the day that when it comes to court, I'm a brutal person at the end of the day. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I sent you out information. I tried my hardest not to sue you at the end of the day, Jamie, but you just did not listen. And you got in there and started carrying on about the CCB disrespecting the courts. That information was sent over, how you were carrying on and acting up. They're ticked. So now you're going to walk into a courtroom where they automatically know you have no respect for them whatsoever. Neither you have respect against my copyright. And guess what else will be coming up? Frankenstein. Because now we have proof from the receipts from Universal Studio showing that you profited and made money off their name without paying them any royalties. So you'll have that to deal with too also. And they may want jail time. Royalties can go anywhere into millions of dollars. But I want to make sure we get you first before they do. So we can show a history that not only do you have no respect for no one's copyrights, but you make money off people's trademarks without paying them a dime. Your life is now over. That document that just popped up shows that everything is ready to go. Do you know how trials work, Jamie? You have to submit evidence. So you have to show enough evidence to take it to trial to be worth the time. It can be denied, but you have to show enough. So when we filed the first time, we had more than enough, but they wanted us to clarify what everything meant. And that's what I had to do. I went and clarified everything. And now when they sent me that statement just now, that tells me that everything has been filed and the next stage is arranging a court date. That's next. You'll be served, which means somebody will come to your house and they'll knock on your door and they'll be outside waiting for you. They'll even follow you to your job and they will serve you a document that you know you have to appear in court, that you're being sued. That's what's coming next. And if you decide that you don't want to show up, it makes no difference. I'm still going to take your stuff. And if you decide you do show up, I'm still going to take your stuff. Because see, the only way you can get out of this situation, and like I said, you're not the first person that's sued for copyright, so I know what you have to have. You have to have that permission slip, that consent that we gave you permission to do this. And since you don't have this, you're gonna owe me a ton of money. And once the debt collectors get a hold of it, and mind you, they'll be stationed over in California. That's where they'll go, court. You're in California, that's where we're going to pinpoint them to. They will start the thing of freezing your banking accounts, freezing her banking account. Anything you have, credit cards, all that is gone. Next you know, you will see a vehicle pop up at your house with the sheriff's department to make sure that nothing happens to the movers as they're removing items out of your house. These items will be sold at an auction where some of that money goes to the creditors and some goes to us. You know, it's like a split thing or whatever, how they're going to do it. That's for a certain percentage of it all. If you own a vehicle or anything you have, we take that too. If you win an inheritance, I take that too. You win the lottery, I take that too. Everything. You owe me $2.4 million, that's something way up there. Yeah, $150,000 times 19. You owe me a lot of money. And I'm not done with you yet. This is the first lawsuit we're going to hit you with. Now we have another lawsuit you'll be going to court for basically the penalty for the batch numbers. Yeah, I'll be following that one next. That's 10 grand. I'm donating that to charity. Then at the end of the year, we're going to bring you to court again for basically civil court, and this is for a couple $1 million due to the fact that you went out and you slandered our product saying it was nothing but a black paint or it didn't work or whatever you were saying in your videos. You're going to have to show that our product does that at the end of the day. If you can't prove that, that's a couple $1 million right there, easily. And you will need an attorney. We're going to civil court. So if you lose, and you will pay for my attorney's costs, which again is not cheap, and you will pay for all court costs. This is going to be really hard for you to go through because due to the fact that you're already going to be going through one lawsuit, and we could also show proof to the courts that we won a lawsuit against you for doing the exact same thing. A second one, and then the third one's going to be a cakewalk. And then we're still not done with you yet. Because once I get done with you, I'm going to use you as an example, I'm going to go after the rest of them. And when I get done filing lawsuits with them, then we're going to file the criminal charges. You have criminal charges coming against you for stalking, terroristic threats, hate crimes, because again, emails were traced back to your account with a lot of crazy stuff in them. Cell phone numbers were traced back to you. So now you're looking at criminal charges. But so you got the criminal charges, stalking charges, and it gets worse than that, man, because then we're going to file conspiracy charges against all of you together because to show that all of you got together and decided to make a conspiracy to tear my company down, to destroy my company's name. And that can carry some very serious time. Not a good year for you guys. Extremely bad year for you guys. But I warned you. I told you. 2023 was going to be an awful year for you guys. Now again, you can get in court and you can cry. You can basically apologize. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I gave you the option and you didn't take it. Also, the court does know about the cease and desist order. I just said that in. So the woman was quite shocked when she saw it. She said, "Oh, you contacted him?" I said, "Yes, we did." And we told him to back down. She said, "Okay, Mr. Bird, this is fantastic." Which means anything you got to say in court ain't going to work. You were warned and you were told this was going to happen. So as I said before, don't get too attached to your stuff. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even get attached to that apartment anymore because you won't have the money to pay for it. Oh well, I did warn you. I did give you an opportunity. Can't sit there and cry and whine about how nobody basically told you at the end of the day. Let me explain something to you, Jamie. Your followers, not one of them stepped in to tell you that you needed to back down. Question, are any of your followers going to pay off your debt? Any of them? Are they going to give money out of their pocket to help you through your hard times that you're going to go through? None of them are going to help you out. They sat there and watched you face plant at the end of the day and they laughed about it. It's a shame, but your people, who you call your people, didn't help you out one bit at all, period. Bigger question, does your wife know all this is going on? You know how hard it is when those people walk through your house and they start taking your stuff and she's watching all this happening? You're going to have to explain to her you had a chance to back out of this situation. You had the chance. We gave it to you. And you didn't take it. this is going to cause your marriage to split. Because there's no way in the world anyone's going to sit there and take that freaking crap at the end of the day when they know there's an option they can get out of. I'll put it this way. If she divorces you and leaves you for good, we don't file a lawsuit that doesn't hit her. Now you can go tell her that one. Good luck with your life, Jamie. It's over. And anybody else at the end of the day, you want to pay up my company, you want to touch my stuff at the end of the day, the same fate will follow behind. I'll take you to court and I'll take everything from you. Because again, I don't appreciate from the time that I started my company, half of you didn't exist, didn't know who I was. And I worked hard to build my company from the ground up, and I will protect it at all costs. And if anyone else feels that they want to go in and damage my company's name, I'll see you in court. You will see me face to face. You definitely will. It's not going to be in the way you want to see it. All right. Well, that's basically about it. I'm going to message back the attorney. They sent me my 3 updates. That means everything is good. Everything's been filed. We are getting ready to go to court. I'll be seeing your face soon, Jamie. Now, if you decide that you don't want to show up, you don't have to show up. You don't have to even be there. But I'm still going to take your stuff at the end of the day. I'm curious. How much jail time can you get for conspiracy charges?
According to federal law enforcement training centers, the general conspiracy statute provides a maximum punishment of not more than 5 years, as well as a fine up to $250,000 for a felony offense. For a misdemeanor offense, the maximum punishment cannot exceed the maximum possible punishment for the misdemeanor.
You guys are screwed on so many levels, it's not even funny. I'll see you on court soon. Bye-bye.